Hey, in this video I'm gonna show you how to make any object fly in Davinci Resolve, just like this. Hey, what's up everybody, my name is Timo. So, chances are that you don't really know me, so let me quickly introduce myself. I make videos about tech here on YouTube and I'm teaching myself video production in the process. And so naturally I'm always trying to do more difficult and cool stuff to make my videos even better. And that's also the reason why I wanted to make a shot like this, because A, it looks really awesome, and B, it can make your video seem way more professional without that much effort. Let me show you. Now before we can actually edit, we of course have to get the shot first, and the most crucial thing about shooting something like this is to have exactly in mind what you want the shot to look like when you're done editing. Because a good preparation is priceless when it comes to making a video. For example, if your lighting sucks or something isn't centered correctly, then you can try to fix it in post, but the quality of your video will suffer. And for this shot in particular, it is also very helpful to have a solid color background, because if you had like a painting or a picture in the background, then you wouldn't really be able to get the same sort of effect without messing that up. And of course you want it to look as natural as possible. Okay, so I got a few shots beforehand. This is just my fitness tracker, so nothing special, just a couple of different shots with different camera movements, and I find that this one is looking the best. Now, you can also go the easy way and just take a single image, just like that one for example, just take this screenshot, then getting rid of the wires and applying some camera shake afterwards. But I would only recommend that for people who are just starting out with editing, just to try it out. But ideally you want something like, you want a handheld shot or a shot using a camera slider, just anything that involves actual camera movement, because that will make it look way more professional. Now you can see that our object here is held in place by this thin piece of string, but you can also use something like yarn or any other way to make your object stay in place, but just make sure that whatever you're using is as thin as possible, so that will make it easier to remove. Now while using just a single piece of string like I did makes it very easy to remove, you can also see that it still has quite a bit of momentum and it's still twisting here. Now this isn't really ideal, because although it doesn't make working with it harder, it still looks a bit odd and kind of gives away how you got the final shot. But it does fine for this demonstration. So once you got your shot, you import it into Davinci Resolve, and the first thing that you want to do is drag it into the timeline and get rid of everything that you don't need. For example, I messed up here at the beginning of the shot, and here the actual shot that I really want starts. So I go back until like about here, then cut it, delete it, and then we have our shot from the beginning. And I want it to go around until here. Cut that part away. And so we got our final shot. And then it looks something like this. Okay, so that's really all we're gonna work with. Just a about 7-second long clip. And we're gonna go into the Fusion page, where we have our media in and our media out. And then what we need is a paint node, so you just click shift and spacebar and type in paint and select this, edit, and it's going to be between your media in and your media out. And you're going to drag it up here, and then you can see you can select any color and just start painting all over your video, but that's not what we're trying to do, so let's just remove that. And then you can see in the inspector tool right here, you have a few things that you can do, but the most important thing for us is this, which is wire removal. So we're just gonna select that, and then you want to go to the beginning of your clip and wait until the first frame where your wires are actually visible. So really zoom into it and go to the top, and there it was. That's, I believe, our first frame with the wires in it. Yeah, there as well, but this right here is our media out, and what that means is what you see here is what the final video is gonna look like. So you can see that the wires, I mean this piece of the wire is still visible, but nothing major, nothing that you really have to worry about. And so we're just gonna go to the next frame where it's a little bit more obvious. Select the wire removal tool, and then you can kind of see what it does. Like, it takes everything that is around the wires and just starts laying that on top of it so that the wire itself disappears. Now you can see that this is not really looking all that great, so we're gonna delete that again, and we're gonna play with these settings right here. And for something like this, you really want the distance to be quite low, like about like, yeah, that seems quite good. And then you go onto the wire and just click and drag down a bit, and you can see the wire is gone. Here you can also see that this is the other piece of the wire that holds the fitness tracker, and just going over it, clicking it and dragging it down, you can see that the wire disappears easily. And you're gonna have to do that frame by frame now, deleting all the wires. And because this can take a while, I'm gonna see you in a bit. Okay, so I finished editing and this is the final result. Apparently at a few frames I wasn't careful enough so that the wires are still visible a bit, as you can see right here. There you can see a tiny bit of the string, and that is not really ideal, but I didn't really take that much time to put into this. Despite that, I definitely think it looks cool, and although it doesn't look perfect, it can still enhance your video even further. But I do have another example where the wires are completely gone and you can't see anything, and that I'm gonna play right now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching and maybe this has been helpful for the project that you're working on. I would love to get some feedback on whether you want to see more of this stuff, like breaking down a few shots and maybe giving you some inspiration. And aside from that, please let me know if you've liked the video or not, and if you didn't, then please tell me why so I can improve, because I'm still learning. And feel free to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos, and maybe I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace.